Hello everyone. Yes, Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 2, and most importantly, as I'm here live on YouTube, Aston Villa 1, Man City 0. At the risk of horrendously dating this video, I'm just going to say it. I have just celebrated Leon Bailey's goal. Not quite as much as I celebrated Virgil Van Dijk's and Dominik Szoboszlai's, but you know, it was as much of a high point. It was probably the third highest point of the night, let's be perfectly honest, because that's how little really good stuff there was in Liverpool's performance. It is time for your reactions to that game though. So if you've got any thoughts, use the chat here on YouTube. It is members only chat, so if you're a YouTube member, you can comment. If you want to drop a super chat in, you can. If you are a legend subscriber on Redmen Plus, you can use the Discord, or you can tweet us at the Redmen TV, and I'll pull some comments up throughout. In fact, all of the comments so far, again, at the risk of horrendously dating this video, Luke Burns just sent in Villa 1-0. Ethsham Ul Hassan sent in Villa are winning, and Jason Parker said goal Villa. Yeah, wonderful goal as well, heavily deflected, perfection. I just look again. You can always skip ahead if ultimately if Villa don't win or whatever. Just skip ahead in this section. Well, maybe someone put time codes in. City getting dodgy refereeing decisions go against them and like mad deflected goals. Honestly, is it not just about time? Is that not like how? Wouldn't it be lovely if they just fell foul of the things that everyone else seems to fall foul of and they seem to normally get away with anyway? Klopp's Cop says up the Villa, up the Reds, up the Redmen TV. I beg your pardon. Sham is back. Hi Paul, hope you're well, mate. Trent with a cracking assist. Absolutely, yeah, great corner. Liverpool did really well, so they were a threat. Mainly physically from corners. We'd had one reasonable chance where we'd been a bit too physical, and look, there was a lot of kind of pulling and grabbing going on in the box, and Virgil probably should have been a bit more vocal about the fouls on him. Is there a trip in the build-up to us? Maybe, but it's the coolness. You know, we're talking about 2 games of football now, back to back, where teams that Liverpool are expected to beat. You know, we're in a run of 3 games now where everyone's gone, it needs to be 9 points, it needs to be 9 points. Well, that's great, and I totally agree. I've been one of the ones at the forefront of saying this. They're your easy run games, got to get 9 points now. But then you've actually got to go and get 9 points, and that means you've got to play against 3 different football teams with 3 different styles in different environments and atmospheres, and it'll be 3 different grounds as well, because obviously Anfield, Bramall Lane and Selhurst Park to come. So yeah, differing challenges. Sorry. Oh, go on, jump again. Oh, no. Bad. Sorry, I apologise. This is going to be very difficult for me to do. I should turn that off, but I'm not going to. Yeah. You're playing against 11 lads whose job it is to stop you from taking those 9 points. And I know, again, on paper, that you're stronger than certain teams and you should win certain ones. Oh my God, they've nearly scored another. But again, anyone can beat anyone in football. It doesn't happen all the time, and you can never bank on it. But that's what makes it the best sport on the planet. Is that it's expect the unexpected in Premier League football. We nearly saw it last night. Luton very nearly taking a win then a draw off Arsenal, only to lose it with a last gasp Declan Rice goal. The fact that this existing possibility is great, and Liverpool have gone to a relegation, the relegation favourites at this point. It was a sticky game, but they've come out on top. Etienne says, Paul, I've got the fear again. It's going to be us versus Arsenal for the league. Listen, look, Man City, don't ever write Manchester City off. They're a horror movie villain. Man United were this for the entirety of my fandom up until the point where Fergie left, where every time you think they were down and out, they'd just resurge and they'd come back, and it'll happen. The City will still be there or thereabouts. It'd be mad to think they'd drop off at some point. Whether Gary Neville's narrative about complacency is right or not, that'll go away, and they'll just dig deep. It might just be that they've gotten rid of too many senior players, and that might hurt them. Kevin De Bruyne will come back and they'll go on a run. It's City, and if they don't, then amazing. But if you don't worry about that. And Arsenal, I don't know. We'll see. Arsenal look a good outfit, but look, it's still too early for all that. So don't worry about it. I don't get sucked into this title thing because it's not a thing yet. Just got to win football matches. We're 3 months away from it even being a realistic conversation. And lots can happen in that. To the point, the season after we won the league, we were top at Christmas. Okay, the season started a month later because of COVID, but we were top of the league, and it was only then that it all fall apart, and we lost 6 home games on the bounce and all that. This all sounds like negativity, and I'm trying to fearmonger even more, but I'm not. It's not. Just enjoy the footy, even when it's crap like tonight. Enjoy the fact that it was a win. Right. Oscar Wilkins with the super chat. Thank you so much, Oscar. Dominik Szoboszlai was boss, deserves a chance. Yeah, I've noticed this. So I saw this last week at Anfield. It was a classic Anfield sing-song in that, like, Fields of Anfield Road came out and lots of the really old Liverpool chants, and they're our bread and butter. In recent years, player songs have really topped that up and really been the thing that provides the noise in the ground. We've gotten rid of so many of the players who had boss songs, or they weren't playing or whatever. We need new songs for the new players, something more than just Nunez. Jota's feels like the last one to get a great song. So yeah, and I think it'll come. This is the journey. We're starting again. This is why I'm relaxed about this. We're ahead of schedule at the moment. Will we stay ahead of it? I really don't know. But we've got to go on those European trips and make new chants and get new experiences and bring things along. That's how Liverpool do things. Things happen organically along the way. New heroes are forged, and Szoboszlai, has all the makings of that. But I'm glad almost he hasn't got a song yet, because I don't like us giving songs too soon. Whenever we give a song too early, it's very rare that a footballer actually lives up to the hype. I want them to do something amazing, and there you go. Again, big win on the continent, and all of a sudden you're coming home with a song. Well earned. Cops McTominay just scored a brace in a game now. Good on him. Still crap though, isn't he? Wayne. Apparently Jürgen's been kicking off at interviewers. Good on you, Jürgen. He doesn't stand for any messing, does he? Does our Jürgs? Right, we've got some more. We've got loads of comments coming in. Jack Stevens has dropped the super chat in. Thank you so much, Jack. Etcham says, isn't there something poetic about Pep saying that they're going to be winning 4 in a row, then they're losing to the villains who's going to steal the 4th one from them? Yeah, the villains. Clever. Look, again, don't worry about Man City. Enjoy the fact that we don't have to worry about Man City at the moment, that the attentions can shift to Arsenal for a little while. E Minor says, cup games and injuries really determine leagues these days. Yeah, 100%. Nigel says, Aston Villa are a good team, to be fair. They are. And let's see, Jürgen has got his mojo back, says Nigel. I agree. Right, sound. Let me get some from x.com. First one, a little bit more related to our game, rather than us talking especially about Manchester City and Arsenal. This one from LFC Mihir at Mad for Liverpool. Very, very lucky to get all 3 points. Didn't deserve it today. Can't believe Gomez has played the entire game. I couldn't disagree more with everything that's in that statement there, I'll be honest. I mean, I think I think it comes from a general sense of it wasn't a very good game of football, and that I can totally agree with. I don't think Liverpool were lucky to get 3 points. I don't think that they didn't deserve it. And I can entirely believe that Joe Gomez played the entire game at left back. I know we've always got to have one. I say we, I mean people who there's a clutch of football fans who always need to have a player who they go, they're totally exasperated with the existence of. It's been Curtis Jones for years. It's been Gomez at times. It was Adam Lallana before that. There's always it was Henderson. It was Lucas Leiva. It was God knows. We always have one or two. Liverpool had 80% possession. In fact, I'll get the stats up just to see what if it tells us anything that we didn't already know by watching the eyeball test. But maybe you've watched a different game to me. I don't know. But I mean, Liverpool won 2-0, and on the XG, it was 0.66 to 1.78, which is, that's, again, Liverpool dominating that. We had 76% possession, 15 shots, 8 on target to their 6 and 1. They had 1 shot on target in the whole game. 12 corners. It just speaks to, more free kicks. Liverpool were totally and utterly dominant in the football match, and the job was to break them down. Now, I don't know what Mihir's body of experience of watching Liverpool or Premier League football it is, but I've seen Liverpool play teams that park the bus for decades and decades, you know, and even like at our best, we've struggled against them. In fact, think about the title winning season. How many 1-0s we win, or 2-1s, or how many late goals we scored to keep ourselves in it. Now, it's too early to say whether we're in a title race or not, and obviously Liverpool won 27 games or whatever, you know, in that season. They were different gravy that year to this year. This is very much a team, you know, on the rise rather than at the peak of its powers. So yeah, I can understand being frustrated with watching a not great game of football, but like that Fulham game was a great game of football, but it was, you know, nerve-wracking and you know, and hairline wrecking. We just went, and ultimately we went and we won 2-0 in a tricky ground with a new manager, with a roaring atmosphere, and a team that would, you know, wanted to defend for their lives and get 11 men behind the ball. Liverpool have drawn many of them games over the years. We've lost them to mad late, like corners and daft set pieces and mistakes and whatever. Yeah, the fact that we weren't at our best, and ultimately again it's a 2-0 win. That's 2 more on the goal difference column. It's 3 more on the points column. After Arsenal had to scrape by the skin of their teeth past Luton, it all feels pretty good to me. And the Gomez thing, by the way, I weirdly for me. Oh, they've hit the post, Villa hit the post. Weirdly for me, I'm not sure these are the games for Gomez at left back. I actually think he'd probably suit playing against the better team in there, because I think you need to be a little bit better in the final third against teams that are going to park the bus. You know, I think his athleticism and his ability to go down, his timing of his runs was brilliant. He got into some great positions, but on his left foot, asking him to do crosses and a couple of little sloppy passes, which I think he ultimately recovered from really well. Yeah, fine. Look, at this point, he's our third choice left back. I thought he was all right, to be honest. So I wouldn't make a big deal of it, but some people seem to want him. Dean Foley says that should not have been so difficult. The attacker's form is starting to concern me now, though, especially Salah, who had a very poor game. But praise the Lord for Trent and Szoboszlai. 3 points is the main thing, of course. 3 points is the main thing. The form of the attackers, yeah. Look, I mean, this is why we've revamped the midfield and why we've not bought workhorse midfielders. We've bought attacking midfielders who've got a new skill set. It's not, oh Christ, it's not luck. It's not like chance. It's engineering. Liverpool have scouted these footballers because they bring a certain skill set. Szoboszlai should be scoring more goals. Gravenberch should be scoring more goals. Trent is magic, and you know, again, he's actually getting the assists again now this season. So he's playing in more advanced positions. He's getting into more good shooting opportunities. He's doing really solid work defensively as well. And yeah, you know, his set piece taking's been you know, exceptional this last couple of days. It's helped get Liverpool 6 points from 6. So yeah, boss. But yeah, the form of the attackers. Look, Salah's got that 200 goal thing hanging over his head. That won't be a thing eventually. He'll just score his 200, and he'll probably get his 201st pretty shortly afterwards. Darwin Nunez, yeah, I get it. He's in a little bit of a funk at the minute. And Luis Diaz, I think, you know, I'm not sure he's ever going to be a prolific goal scorer for us. But again, our forwards are really ticking over. They've got overall good numbers in terms of goal returns so far this season. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. I don't think it should have been so difficult. Sometimes you do just win these games, and you win them really well. You just, you know, you put a team to the sword. But my general overall feeling and experience of playing, again, yard dog football teams, is it's always hard. And again, look at Luton. You know, we come away with a draw, and we had to, you know, we really had to fight to get a draw in that game. This wasn't that. This game wasn't that at all. They had one shot on target in the whole game. Could we have been a bit more clinical? Maybe, but it's not like we had loads of chances, because again, Sheffield United restricted us really well. Darwin's one-on-one, you should really be finishing that. And I think, am I missing too many more where it was like, that's a really bad miss or whatever? Again, you've got to have different ways of winning. You can't just win every game 3-0. It just doesn't happen. Even the great Manchester City, who put down more points than anyone, you know, in the Pep Guardiola era. You've got to have lots of ways of winning football games. I mean, Vincent Kompany literally won them a title from centre-back, rattling one in off the crossbar. So this is, I would see this as a positive for Liverpool, because in years gone by, if your front line aren't firing, who's scoring the goals for Liverpool there? Because Trent's normally playing more wide right. it's Jordan Henderson, it's James Milner, it's Gini Wijnaldum. None of them particularly prolific goal scorers. Yeah. Sorry, anyway. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not expecting people to be rainbows and sunshine. Nobody is. That was a painful watch at times. But yeah, sometimes just win, and then forget about it, and then go and play the next game. Lots and lots of games. There'll be another one along in a few days. Another one for us to stress about. Dan. Endo, man of the match for me. Really good tonight. Finally found his footing and stood out with a solid performance. Yeah, I don't think he was. For me, he wasn't man of the match. I thought it was a solid performance. I thought it was. I think we could have moved the ball a bit more quickly, and that's the thing about it, your selection of footballer. I actually think this was a game for Kostas and Alexis Mac Allister. For Kostas left back and Mac Allister in the 6, because they're both just better technicians than what we had on the pitch, which seems a bit counterintuitive sometimes. But again, solid game. I think this was the first time I've not thought it was his best performance. I think it was a good solid one. If he can maintain this level, we've got ourselves a really useful footballer there, and maybe more. But that's what he needs to get to first and foremost. Faye Southall says dominant, 80% possession. Yeah, as we looked at, slightly less than that, but there was a time, I think the first half, we had 80% possession in the first half of the football match, which is mental. Tony, lovely little callback by just saying peachy. Yeah, I mean, what more do you want? Liverpool scored 2 goals, and everyone watching got to see Trent's arse. I mean, for some people that is just that's almost like a third goal. Owen Moss, Owen_Mossy says, not the best game, very scrappy, but a win's a win. VVD, solid as ever, but please don't put Gomez at left back again. Honestly, just leave it be, mate. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. Liverpool's issues weren't to do with Joe Gomez playing at left back tonight. And look, their one shot on target comes from a Gomez mistake, so that's fair. But just functionally, he was fine. He was absolutely fine. And again, it was just more that, and I'm going to do player rankings next. It's going to be really interesting to see how many players we put in the boss category and how many players we put in the messing. I'm not sure we've got enough space in the sound, because it was a very just performance. Yeah. Right. Let me see what else we've got here. There's a lot of people in our Discord talking about Manchester City. Cool, man. Keep it going, by all means. We've got one here from Lay. Yeah, sorry, it's terrible on it. Might show up better. Laid it. A win is a win. Totally agree. Exactly, and that is kind of the attitude. And I know it doesn't make for great copy, and it doesn't make for necessarily the most incendiary YouTube content. But that's 100% right, mate. Right, let me quickly go back to the YouTube comments. We've had loads in here. Ethcham, following on from the Gomez thing, says, Paul, if we were winning, say 4-0, and Joe was on the pitch and we win a pen, would you give it to Gomez to break his 214-game goal drought? Absolutely not. No. Do not give Joe Gomez a penalty because he'll miss it. Joe Gomez is going to score a goal this season of his own free will and volition. And it's either going to be, and there's a couple of people asking, there we go, Luke Burns, but how would you like Gomez to break his duck? Joe's first goal has to be a proper thunder bastard now. And then Wayne says, scuff Shinner. Honestly, either. It's going to be one or the other. It's not going to be an average goal. It's going to be a Phil Jagielka at Anfield, Vincent Kompany against Leicester jobby. And in fact, you know what? Let it be that. Let it be the goal that gives us a win at some point down the line. That if I had to choose what Gomez's first goal would be, that's what I would give anything for it to be a game that buys us a win, that gives us 3 vital points at some hairy point during the season. The last month of the season would be great. Jake Barrington says, a very satisfying result. Quality performances from Endo and VVD in particular. Yeah, good to see the Endo love, though, by the way. Really good. Quad bod, Gomez screaming to City at Anfield. Take it, mate. Take it all day long. And Diane Butler, you're dead right. There's always seems to be at least one player in the squad that fans seem to pick on. Because I think people are obsessed with ratings and rankings because of FIFA and Footy Manager and ultimately probably a bit of the autism spectrum for I mean, we're all on it to some extent, of binary measurable things. You know, that if there's a best player, then there has to be a worst player. That makes sense, right? And for some people, that's as clear cut as. I don't think it's actually nasty or horrible for some people. It's just how people process football. For me, you know, they're human beings and they've got an ability to turn things on. Even your worst player can win a football match for you. I mean, look at Manchester United. Right, sound. I'm going to leave that there. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who's joined us the last few seconds. In fact, I'm going to hang fire as Villa are 1-0 up. There's 20 seconds left in that game. How big do you think this result is? Does this mean Manchester City are out of the running? I mean, that'd be stupid to say that, right? But do you think it? Do you think it's Liverpool and Arsenal in a two-horse race? Is this the end of Man City? Let me know in the comment section underneath. Oh, come on, referee, just blow the whistle. Come on, blow the whistle. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. A minimum. Haaland flicks it on. I can't do this, by the way, because I stood up watching the last 10 minutes of Luke. There it is. Man City have lost to Aston Villa. My word. I'm getting the league table up. Bear with me. Let's have the league table. Let's have it right. Aston Villa are up to 3rd in the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal top 36, Liverpool 2nd 34, Villa 3rd 32, Manchester City 30 points, 4 behind us, 6 behind league leaders Arsenal. Wow, if you like that, drop a like on the video right now, leave a comment below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you want more, because Liverpool, I'm convinced they're going to be top of Christmas. We're going to be top of Christmas. I'm certain of it. Subscribe to redmenplus.com and get loads of extra content, including the 50 greatest signings Liverpool have ever made, a special coming out this Christmas. There's a chance to win Liverpool signed gear if you become a legend subscriber. It's amazing. It's amazing. You're going to have a boss time. Come and join me on redmenplus.com. It's the best, and so are you. Thank you so very, very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews, and general shows, fill your boots on redmenplus.com today.